Hi everybody. Welcome back after a week gone. Hey JJ, hope you're doing well. Oh my goodness, I am sore every over. This is very nice getaway vacation time, and also I did a lot of body surfing, and as my body is getting older, I feel I bring the surfing home with me in the soreness in the here and the here. Worth it. But we're back with more Planescape tonight, which I'm very excited about. I am going to be temporarily munching off the side of the camera, or maybe even a little bit on camera, just as a forewarning for folks for whom food is a trigger, because the food is necessary, and in this case,
Sorry.
you don't have to apologize. Many things happen. Many things happen. We had a very productive day, which is good. But it also means that like timelines sort of slip. But the good news is red beans and rice are damn delicious. They're especially good if you melt a little bit of pimento cheese in there. Mwah, good stuff. Anyway,
And it's a complete protein.
and it's a complete protein.
You can actually just eat that forever.
Part of this balanced breakfast. Happy solstice to those who celebrated. We're daylight, so the days are already starting to get shorter, the nights going longer. But that's okay, because each of us carries a spark, and we'll be able to find each other in the dark. That's right, we're starting out sincere and beautiful tonight. Deal with it. So, let's see. It's been a couple weeks. How well does Andy remember what happened last time we played Planescape? Well, all of what I'm tentatively calling Act 1, because it just kind of has an Act 1 vibe to it, you know what I mean? Has been about finding Farad, the fella who delivered us to the Dusters, and getting some maybe explanation about who we were beforehand. Gay? Yes, always. Happy Pride. Last session, we finally met Farad. Like right out the gate, almost immediately last session, we finally met Farad, who's an old feller who recognized us and I think referred to us as their meal ticket, which seems appropriate. So we just keep dying, and then they keep turning our body in, and then we get back up and leave, and then we die again, and they turn our body back. We're a source of sustainable income for Farad, it seems like. I'm honestly, I'm not even upset. That's fine. That's, do what you want, bud. Why is my background so bright here? Let's reduce. There we go. That'll help. Anyway, I'm pasty enough as it is. The point is, we met Farad, and Farad was like, no. Answers to questions not for free. You have to go down into the catacombs and get my bronze orb so that I may ponder my orb. And we went, bet, and we headed down into the catacombs, where we met a talking wallface who is not really involved in all this. I get the sense that we'll deal with talking wallface in the future. But we met two kind of major factions down in the catacombs. The Cranium Rats, whose spokesrat was many as one, who spokesrat. It's very possible that's just the one body that was doing the talking, but it was really all of them. Anyway, the point is the Cranium Rats, who were at odds with the Dead Nations, which was a kind of unionized trifecta of undead in the catacombs, who I think their main grievance with the Cranium Rats is that the Cranium Rats kept eating corpses. So, given that the corpses in this case there are sentient and walking around, they had a slight issue with that, which is fair. I think it was like skeletons, ghouls, and ghasts, pardon me, were the three groups, I believe. It's been a couple of weeks. A bunch of undead working together, and each faction has its own kind of de facto leader, and we talked to the three leaders. And we learned about this the major undead king person. They had a name and I've forgotten it. It's not important because they're dead anyway. Like not undead, but actually dead. As we learned, the actual person who is calling the shots nominally is zombies, not gas. Thank you. Hey, Al. So the leader of the Dead Nations is actually dead, and two of the faction leaders have kept this a secret because the third faction leader, if they discover, will just go absolutely apeshit on the other two factions, and they would like to instead maybe maintain a sort of rock paper scissors scenario like they've got right now. So we kept that secret, which is fine. We also found out that oh gosh, what was his name? Sugo? The duster that we met who helped us get out of the mortuary in like the very first session is down here as a double agent, which I think is fantastic. And so we left them to their business, didn't blow up their spot. And then we told the cranium rats, hey, the king of the faction you're mad at is dead already. And we just sort of failed to illuminate that we didn't assassinate them as was promised because they were dead already. And the cranium rats were like, great, leave. And so we took the bronze sphere and we GTFO'd without so much as a boss fight, which I consider a win, and is maybe the most that this game has felt like a TTRPG so far, which I think is great, and I fully expect more of it. So now we have the orb. We're going to take the orb back to the Ferret. We're going to give him the orb in exchange for answers about who the heck we are. Oh, right, and we also found a secret tomb where we had left our self notes on tapestries, including the full transcription of what's on our back, apparently. Or it may or may not be on our back. The thing that Mort said was on our back, except the actual original edition ends with the line, "Don't trust the skull." So, A+ effort so far. But yeah, so we take the orb back to the guy, and then he will give us the herb that we give to wake up the prince, that we get to get the mystic key, and then we get to make the dynamite. You get the idea. We take all of this. Hey, Bedrock, I wonder why Mort didn't read that line. Poetic license. But yeah, so step one is head back to Farad, which may or may not sort of bring Act 1 to a close, which I would be very happy with. And then we'll find out where we're going next, because we've done a whole bunch of the quests. We've done a whole bunch of quests. I don't actually know percentage-wise, but we've done a bunch of quests in the Hive. And there's a handful of folks that we need to follow up with. But for the most part, we've kind of tied up our loose ends, which feels nice. So I get the feeling that shortly after talking to Herod, we will probably be going elsewhere. And we're in the City of Doors, so elsewhere could be anywhere. And I'm excited to find out where that is. I hope it's not directly into the path of the lady. So yeah, that's the full recap. Now you're all caught up. I'm going to take another bite of this delicious food. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll give you a topic. No, I won't. The New Deal was neither new nor a deal. Discuss. I used to have 3 or 4 of those memorized from the old Mike Myers coffee talk thing, but the only one that's still in my head is the New Deal was neither new nor a deal. Discuss. But they're all in that kind of a format, which was very fun. So, before we get into everything proper, we do have to talk about content warnings. It's so funny. I hit that button and immediately OBS was like, encoding overloaded. I'm like, by text? Are you sure, OBS? Are you okay? Try to make sure that you're actually properly good to go. You are. Okay. You may have heard that lovely sound. That was the Windows telling me that OBS is still up to date, which, who trusts Windows? So, content warnings for tonight's game. As I've mentioned on several of the earlier streams, I haven't either watched or played this game past like our first 30 minutes several streams ago. So I'm in the dark here, which means I will not be able to forewarn you about what's coming. But I can tell you that there's been a lot of like very deep discussion of identity and the nature of memory and self. There has been vivid descriptions of gore, so I expect more of that. We are undead and seemingly unkillable, and our body is a little bit plug and play, and I think they're going to have fun with that, so please be advised. But there's also the doesthedogdie.com entry for Planescape Torment that will have more in-depth crowd-built lists of other potential triggers or things to be wary of as we get into this. So please, if you have any concerns, check that out and read ahead, as it were. I don't know if this is a real one or a historian stealing the format, but the Holy Roman Empire was neither holy nor Roman nor an empire. Discuss. It sounds like it could be. Like it fits very, very well. But yeah, I haven't watched a lot of those in a while, which is a shame because some of them, as with most comedy of the 90s, some of them don't age very well at all, but some of them age great. And Coffee Talk was one of the one of the better ones. I have to pause for a moment just to tell my partner, "Hey, hun, this slaps. Thank you.
Okay.
This is delicious."
It is, in fact, extremely easy to do.
I mean, so am I. It's not special.
You know what I mean.
I do know what you mean. So, I had a thought and now it's gone. The cats are also getting dinner now. I doubt that's coming through on the mic. But we may see them. Jasmine usually comes and yells at me immediately after dinner. So I expect a great cat. I was debating on how much I wanted to talk while I'm just sort of buying time and munching on delicious food. What did Bass make? Red beans and rice. And it's so good. It's very hearty. And in this case, also very flavorful. And then I spiced mine up with some pimento cheese. Because we spent last week hanging out with my family. And I'm very privileged that I have a family I get along with, which I know is a rarer and rarer occurrence. But I'm also appreciative that like my brother's kids at this point have gotten into have begun like cresting the age of.
Interesting now.
I wouldn't. It wasn't that they were uninteresting before. It's that I no longer feel like I'm sort of pulling second shift as a babysitter all the time. I can actually just occasionally hang out with them and have nice conversations and play games. And so normally last week, which is our kind of annual tradition, is nice. It's good to see everybody, but I come to the end of it and I'm exhausted. And this time I came back and I'm like, I actually feel refreshed. I actually feel like I had a vacation. That was really nice. So best of all worlds, and I'm very happy about that. Also, we got storms, and I love a storm at the beach. I am a big, big fan. There's only, I think, we're sort of split down the middle. Three of us out of the seven are like, hell yeah, I love a thunderstorm at the beach. And everybody else is like, no, I came to the beach for sun. And I'm like, yeah, it's going to be, wait 5 minutes. The sun's going to be back. Let me have a storm. And so we got both, and both is the best, I think. I'm all about options, and we had options. It was nice. Also, we did an escape room. That was cool as hell. How did you put it on? We had a lot of smart people in a room and no project manager.
Yeah, 9 brilliant people, no project manager, and I dubbed you the project manager, and I think that helped a lot.
Well, you and the youngest were both immediately like, "I vote Andy," and I'm like, "What? Why? What did I do?"
Sensible.
I
And you actually listen, which is the one thing no one in that family does. Mouth open, ears off.
Would you believe I am the least loud of my family?
Good Lord. Your brother may be quieter, but that's really about it.
Hey, Laringer. What's it like getting rain? Too real. No joke. We went to the beach, and I think the very first day we checked what the temperature was like back home.
10 degrees cooler.
Well into the mainland. And I think the heat index was like 104.
Yeah.
Where we're at now, and was like 89 at the beach. And I'm like, this is come to the beach to cool off. What a novel concept. It was great.
Speaking of, I am going to go check to see how many of my plants have died.
Plant health check is happening.
Yeah.
We had a nice storm last night pushing east. Ooh, then in like, 24 to 36 hours, we'll probably have the same. Thanks for that. It's sort of like being airmailed nice weather by a friend. And I appreciate y'all also being patient with me as I clearly slow roll, getting my way through food. I could have just started stream late, but I kind of wanted to get it started and hang out with people.
It's not like we weren't going to hang out anyway.
I would have just been sitting on the couch doing like this. It is very funny because we had, while we were away, or I should say before we traveled, my brother and sister-in-law, particularly my sister-in-law, was very eager about getting us into a show called Widow's Bay. And which, if you're not familiar with it, I'm not spoiling anything, just the premise-wise. I think it's best described as what if Stephen King wrote Parks and Rec? So it's like small town municipal humor, but also on a like super haunted island off the coast of Maine. And it's laugh out loud funny, and then has some genuinely very good horror bits and balances the two, which I think is a hard uh, thing to do. Yeah, so we liked it a lot, but it was one of those where like, if you guys get caught up, the finale drops while we're all at the beach, so we can all watch it. And I was surprised that, hey Bob, I was surprised that because our youngest Niefling is like barely a preteen, and I'm like, how are they handling horror? And my sister-in-law was like, oh, we've been kind of, showing them like old movies just to get them familiar with stuff. And we showed them Alien, and that they actually handled pretty well. But the entire time they were doing the classic like horror movie thing of like, don't go in there. It's behind you. Don't open that door. It's just, and it made me so proud to know that some traditions are evergreen. I can absolutely believe you're the quiet one, so am I. That tracks. That makes a lot of sense. I came in only a few minutes ago. The conversation I heard when I did reminded me of that phenomenon where, well, four of us here, plus MGM as I recall, were together. We had a tendency to get louder and louder until usually Bad Road noticed and deliberately dropped back to the original volume, and we all went, oh. Yeah, I particularly remember that in like the dining hall commissary kind of areas where there's other, audio happening. And there's enough of us with ADHD in a room and the associated audio processing that like we wanted to be sure that we were understood and that we were understanding everybody else, and so it became this sort of arms race. And then yeah, usually at some point we would hit like a reset, and it was like hitting a thermocline. It was just like a sudden like, oh, we got very loud. Sorry, everybody. My partner's good at poking me when I spiral upward in volume. I think I noticed. No, I did not notice. That's wrong. Bast pointed out years and years and years ago when we were first dating, and to the point in our relationship where she was like coming with on family trips, and it was that moment of like, oh, you're like at manageable volume around here, but you get around your family, and all of you have conversations like it's combat, where no one finishes a sentence all the way before someone else begins speaking to sort of stake their claim on the conversation. So you're always a little bit talking over each other, which means you're always getting a little bit louder as you go, and it just sort of leapfrogs its way up until nobody can hear anything else. And yeah, she's correct. I hate when people talk like that. I'm so sorry. Yes, I also think Heron did that when he visited. I vaguely remember that. That and shaking hands from what seemed like 9 feet away are the main things I remember. Yeah, I don't want to put anybody on blast, but I am very grateful to have known Bad Road as early in my life as I did, because I feel like I definitely got corrected on some of my inherited conversational behaviors early on, and I'm a better person for it. Okay, all right. I'm well fed enough. We're 10 past. The sun is setting over Anne Orlando. as the nights grow longer. And we should get back into Planescape and see what the hell's going on. All right. DBDB this, DBD that. Mort! It was funny with him behind me, but I think it's actually funnier just having the big Mort, especially because the picture of my arms behind it kind of makes it look like he's going, ah, and that's even better, maybe. All right, let's see if Andy remembers how to play this game. Resume life. All right. So we need to go, that's Dead Nations. Okay, these are the exits from this area. And then that's it. Great. And we have, right, we went mage. We've got a whole bunch of extra stoof. Oh yeah, we're like, no, we're not completely out of inventory space. We're completely out of inventory space, but the party is not. Heart charm. Does anybody have a heart? You have a heart charm. Give that to the skull. What's this one do? Right, identifies items. Can I use, if I do like that? Yeah, we got 3 things to identify. Let's do that. This. Okay, so now that I've got that, I'm gonna click on these and we'll come back to them in a moment. I don't know if this buff wears out when we're in this, but we have a bunch of stuff that we got. Tier of Saliru Day. Special. Permanent +1 Constitution. Usable only by lawful good characters. We were neutral good last I checked. I don't know that we're going to get into this territory. Glistening Red tier was shed by the martyred Harmonium officer, Saliru when he was put to death on the Harmonium's home plane of Ortho. Mistaken as a member of the hated Revolutionary League, Saliru obedience and loyalty was such he could not bring himself to challenge the allegations of his superiors. The moment of his execution, 3 tears fell from his right eye and turned to stone as they fell upon the flagstones of the square. Unrelated, here is a Jasmine. There we go. There we go. Well, that's very sweet, Larry. You don't have to comment on that. Yeah. Yes, I think you also make me a better cat, Jasmine. Well done. Whoop. Jasmine is always related. She certainly thinks that her opinion is always relevant, and you know what? I respect it. All right, so where are we at? We're in the neutral good territory. I'm confident. Well, okay, I'm not gonna lie. Chaotic good from Mort is a bit of a surprise. And lawful neutral. Okay, so we don't have anybody who is a proper paladin. When, that's when you have 3 levels in paladin. All right, so we'll hang on to this. Maybe we'll sell it. Put this back for now. Hang on to this. All right, what are these? Okay, we have these punching daggers, the spiked knuckles, the enchanted hammer. Here we go. The bronze sphere is the important one. Oh, right. We kept our arm, our intestines, and our eye. We should... I need, like, long-term storage, because I don't want to get rid of them. They might come in handy someday, in particular the arm. But who knows? Oh, I love that this one... This arm is only usable by fighters and thieves. Right, multi-class into 3 different paladin kits, exactly. That sounds like a Bible parable that a terrible preacher would interpret as, it's okay to be executed so long as you never question authority. That's the Harmonium, baby! Alright, the Abyssal Pipe. Invokes Cloud Kill, that's huge. Alright, this does Magic Missile. That's just a kaboom. Yeah, give me the Pipe of Cloud Kill. You kidding me? Fantastic. Alright, you go there. Actually, let's give this to you. Do we also... You also have that. I was about to say, that sounds familiar. Can we stack these? No. Okay. 2 Cloud Kill Pipes. Alright. Well, that was already very helpful. Let's go back through here. I gotta remember to turn this off, but we can do this and also get my quick loop bar back up. I'm remembering. It's coming back to me. It's all coming back to me now. Colloquially known as sowing your wild oats. All right, here's everybody else. As long as we don't tell anybody, we can just keep rolling.
I'm gone.
Buried Village, that's where we're headed. Again, apologies for eating. That sounded weird. Apologies for eating on stream. I know it can make people uncomfortable, but I gotta eat.
Done.
Oh yeah, we have to talk. I still love that the gate guard's name is Bar. They literally barred the gate. All right, come back in. Thanks, I will. And Ferris Place is up here. You know what? Before we go to Ferris Place, let's go to the shops and clear out our inventory a little bit. For one, I don't know if Ferret's going to give us stuff, and for two, I don't know if we'll be able to come back here. Let's trade! Still don't know what this does. Alright, we need these for a quest back topside. What does this one do? Oh, Raise Dead. We're definitely hanging on to that. That's for a quest. We hang on to that. I don't think we want that. I won't lie, these are selling for less than I expected, but still, you know, $1,600 isn't nothing. Let's see what we got here. All right, we got the 2 gold rings. We want to keep one of them. We could sell. No, we're gonna give these to the what's his face, the fellow who has a bounty on them. Right, I'm pretty sure those are. Oh, that's. Okay, we'll hang on to this. If we ever get, you know, the hard up for cash, we'll sell it. We haven't really used these at all yet. We might need these later when we run into fire, you know, as a problem. What's this one do? Cure poison. +1 intelligence, lower skill, and detect traps. That seems very good. Mark that evokes Black Sphere. A lot of things that invoke, I assume, spell effects, but I'm not intimately familiar with the spells in question. All right, we can get rid of all of these. And this. Goodbye. Excuse me. All right, that should be plenty. Quick save. Probably should have done that before selling, but it's fine. Okay, Parrot. Let's chat, you and us. At your hand throne. Now, I can't be eating because I have to do narration. There's a great bit of Q&A with Matt Mercer, Abria Iyengar, and Brennan Lee Mulligan. Talking about just GMing and world building in general. It's done by Critical Role. And the very last question, minor spoilers, I guess, sets Brennan up for one of his textbook monologues. And in the midst of it, one of his lines is, one of the biggest problems for me as a GM is that the place where I narrate from is the same place that the food has to go. And it's like, I felt that on a deep personal level. Ah, corpse. Farad turns as you approach, his crutch clacking on the cobbles of the court. He licks his lips and smiles expectantly. Have you brought me what I asked for? Questions first. Then ask. Come, corpse. Time's short. So is my patience. When you greeted me, you said something about taking me on a jaunt to the mortuary. What did you mean? That's so many beans. That's so many beans.
Hope you like beans.
Uh, We're getting them. When you greeted me, you said something about taking me on a jaunt to the mortuary. What did you mean? What is this place? I've heard you found a wealth of bodies. Where do they come from? Some mage tell the secrets of his craft. So it is with the collector. He frowns, studying you. Perhaps I'll tell you, but you must promise that it is for your ears only. Sure, I don't mind lying to you. You're comparing yourself to a mage, Farrod? I think you're insulting the craft. Vow, lie. Lie.
Updated my journal.
Very well. Farrod taps the flagstones with his crutch and sneers. This village is not all that lies buried beneath the ragpicker square. Go on. Chambers, vaults, corridors. Farrod gives the faintest of smiles, and his eyes gleam like gold. Places black as pitch, filled with weeping stones and the precious dead, all asleep in their coffins. Sleeping. Sleeping and not dead, which actually tracks because we've just met everybody in the Dead Nations. I assume sleep, I actually don't know.
I think undead like either trance.
Depending on your edition of D&D, I think most of the time, no, they don't. Or at least they can choose not to. I don't know if they can choose to. That's a great question.
What?
Because, like, if I didn't have to eat, I would almost certainly still choose to eat, just for pleasure. If I didn't have to sleep, I actually don't know that I would. Where'd all these dead come from? Barrett fixes you with a lopsided stare. Corpse. Everything dies. Life is so short, but death lasts for so very, very long. Many people, many deaths. His stare travels past you. Such a waste for their deaths to be useless in a Dusty's arms, eh? What do you mean?
Updated my journal.
Barrett smiles greedily. Okay, I think I've got a mental image of that. Not all the dead that goes to the mortuary gate is fed to the furnace corpse. The Dusties bury some of the dead in the city's bowels, under the village. So near, so close, is such a place. I would have been a fool not to see the opportunities. So you rob the catacombs of the dead the dustman placed there, sell them back to the dustman, and they bury them again. Her nods, then chuckles lightly. The sound is like shifting sand. These catacombs are as deep as a Dusty's pockets. Very clever, and as deep as the greed of man. Oh, yes. And the greed of man is something that shall always be counted upon when naught else is left, eh? Very clever. I had some other questions. If I didn't have to sleep, I would spend even more time on the internet. Okay, good point. Maybe that is a vote for sleeping. I'm glad we were provided context because I was not at all clear at first on what was so many beans. There's so many beans. Excuse me. When you greeted me, you said something about taking me on a jaunt to the mortuary. What did you mean? You tell me, corpse. Perhaps the Dusties that live there are more up to your liking than some sweet bosom bunch. You're as bad as Mort. Taps his crutch on the floor, the clacking echoing throughout the court. Most forgiving of the Dusties to let you stride in and out of there as you please, considering you don't have the decency to stay in the dead book. I wanted to get in at the mortuary, but why?
Updated my journal.
Corpse, you were so bent to get in there. Now you spill that you don't even know why you wanted there in the first place. Sometimes it's a wonder why the planes turn. Nuts. Had some other questions. Right, we go back in this tree. Nope, that's it. Okay, got some other questions. What is this place? This here's Illwind Court. Not a name of my choosing, thank you kindly. And the kip outside this court is the Buried Village. And what is the Buried Village? Well, now there's the story. But to tell true, the story bores me. The short of it, it's a piece of the hive that got bricked over one day. A piece of sigil got penned in the dead book. You mean? You know them floating coat heads that serve the lady, them dabuses? Is that the plural of dabus? Dabuses? Alright. At least Farrod thinks it is. No matter if you do or do not. They all go around fixing, breaking, burying, building all the time. Do you follow? Yes, go on. As the chant goes, and a dusty chant it is too, being so old, Them Dabuses just damn well bricked over a section of the hive one day, and all bodies just forgot about it. Dump a lot of trash on it, and soon nobody even knows it's there. Wicked, no? A piece of sigil all forgotten? And how did you find it? Yes, thank you. Dabodes. Like that a lot. I still have my eyes, corpse, and I still have my ears. And when you have enough sense to tie the two together, finding the dark of any matter is not as hard as some make it out to be. Now, was there something else you wanted to pick my brain box about? You didn't come here just to hear this raghole, did you? I think that's all the questions we got, because I don't... It's giving me this option again, which usually tells me that there's another path to go down, but I don't have the details yet, I guess. Okay, so it's telling me I haven't done this? I thought we just did this. Let's give that back. Not doing that. I mean, this also isn't completed at the moment, so... Oh, hang on. Bronze Sphere? Here it is. We went down the question hole, and I forgot that we hadn't actually completed the initial objective. Ferid's eyes gleam as you hand him the bronze sphere. He touches it gingerly, almost reverently. You... Ah, corpse, such a gamble you are. Paid off handsomely you have. The years have been cruel to me, I see. Alright, I did what you asked, now I want some answers. Ferid doesn't even look at you as you speak. His attention is swallowed by the sphere he holds. Yes, ask your questions. Very important, your questions. What do you know about me? Why was I told to seek you out? He studies you with a critical eye. Stay your weapons for what I'm about to say, corpse. Or it could be your ears that take offense. My ears no longer care, but yours is still fresh for the burning, it seems. You have my word, I'll stay my hand. But I need to know what you know. The truth. The truth was stretched a bit from my mind to my tongue when we first spoke. In all terrible honesty, I know little about you. Hear me out. It better be worth hearing. You're a cutter who plays at being dead, as I see. Some time ago you came to me like you are now, but not. Just strolled right into Ilwyn Court and said you wanted an audience with me. An audience with you. Aye, an audience. Like I was royalty. You knew the right things to say, you did. Oh yes. You spoke the chant like a governor, born and true. And I listened. What did I want from you? Oh, Ferret, great collector king, you says. I have come before you to request a boon. A boon, I says. What could I offer a man of such obvious strength? Go on. And you ask for a strange thing. You says, Lord Ferid, I ask for a courtesy. Your collectors roam through the hive. If they should find my body, I want it kept safe. That is all I ask. Ferid shrugs. A simple boon. And is that all you know? Before you can speak, you suddenly feel a prickling in your skull as Ferid speaks the word boon, and the smell of blood and fear rushes through your nostrils. Ferid is hiding something that happened in the past involving you, and it scares him. The boon he granted you was no simple matter. Aha. So you granted my boon just like that? There's nothing to be gained from it for you? Why did you even agree to do it? Ferid falls silent for a moment. A dead man can keep no promises, and promises to a dead man are easy enough to make, corpse. You're a merchant, Ferid, not a Samaritan. Does Samaritan make sense? It's not important. There must have been another reason. Aye? Ferid's face suddenly peels back in fury, his skin flushing red. After you'd strung up a score of my blood on the hive walls to die, I had enough reason to promise you the plains themselves. Then your butchering self comes to my home, my kip, to demand a boon of me. I agreed. I'm sorry about your people. That wasn't me, but if I can make up the loss to you, I will. No matter. Them bodies served me well enough. The Dusties paid the same for fresh debtors as for old. And was that the only reason you agreed to my request? You knew things about me. Things only I knew. You knew I was greedy for something beneath sigil, and you put a name and picture to it. The bronze sphere, you said. I didn't think you would fetch it for me. Yet did you? Aye. The planes turn in strange ways. And that's all you know? All I know? Nay, but it's all I know about you, corpse. Okay, next question. What did you take off my body after I died? I took nothing, corpse. Then I wasn't the one that found your body. Who did? Farrod's smile widens, pulling the pasty folds of flesh back from his face like a curtain. My daughter, the rose of my eye, sweetest of my family and sharpest wit of them all. He licks his dry lips and sighs in mock sadness. Such a cruel tongue on her. And who is your daughter?
Dated my journal.
My darling girl, Anna. Oh, we've met. My darling girl, Anna. She found you, dead as deader can be, in a place where most collectors wouldn't go for a mountain of coppers. Could be she plucked something off for you, could be not. You'll have to ask her, but it's not her dad's place to say. Don't lie to me, Farrod. You're a merchant, and you always take a cut from your workers. What did Anna give you from my body? Ah, yes, my tribute. There's no telling what was from you or not, corpse. Most like there was nothing. Farrod, my patience is at an end. There will be nothing left of you at this village if you don't hand over the tribute. We have almost 5,000 gold. I don't need to take this guy down. Ooh, but I like this one. Farrod, my patience is at an end. If you don't hand over what was stolen from me, I will see to it the dustmen know where to find you. Farrod is silent.
She do it anyway.
Nah. Farrod is silent for a moment. He taps his fingers against his crutch, slowly. Well? Where has the decency of man gone? A courtesy I am doing for you, corpse. Such a courtesy. Farrod parting with anything. It'd be the dead book for me if anyone heard. Wait here. Move not a yard. I shall return. I wonder where he's going.
Dated my journal.
After a long while, Farrod returns, his crutch clacking against the flagstones. In his hands, he holds a number of items, which he passes off to you. He will be silent on this and accept the blessing that I even remembered. A few hundred coppers, a scrap of paper, bandages, and a ring? Well, who was it that found that on me again? Wow. Wonderful. Love it. My darling girl Anna, she found you. Dead as deader. Yeah. Alright, I'll ask her. Where is she? We know where she is. We've run into her before. Where's Anna? She's hiding in the shadows here, I expect, listening to us trade the chant. I called for her after you went below. Had to ask her if you were really in the dead book when she found you or not. Anna! Stop mithering those shadows and come greet our guest. She's here?
Looks like my skills have increased.
Good job, Mort. Proud of you, buddy. It's like my skills have increased. I appreciate Dakon just quietly glowing there in the corner.
Oh, what now?
What now? You turn to see a striking red-haired girl dressed in leather armor. You didn't even hear her enter the chamber. Her right arm is covered with a series of interlocking plates that look as if they were taken from the skin of some creature, and a horned shoulder piece protects her left arm. We've heard all this before, but it's honestly a cool description, and I'm happy to read it twice. Oddly enough, she has a tail that is flicking back and forth as you watch. You're Anna? I met you in the hive, outside the mortuary, yeah? The girl ignores you and turns to Farrod. What's this about, then? I'm not paying the leash pull with this scarred dog. Get one of your other gullies to do it. Anna, rose of my eye. I have not taught you to respect... Have I not taught you to respect the dead? This resourceful corpse needs to know where you found him. Eh? What are you on about? He's not a deader. Ah, yes, my mistake. Yet, my darling Anna, that still makes it your mistake. For this one only had one foot in the dead book when you brought him to me. He woke up, sought me out. Most embarrassing. So... Shouldn't be playing a deader in the hive while I'm about, or he'll wake up in a Dusty's arms. Where did you find my body? Show him where you found his body, Anna. Take him to the haunted alley. If you happen to lose my darling Anna on the guide to the alley corpse, you come back and see Farrod. I'll guide you. Come on, then. Keep your steps quick, Jig. Little time to waste on the likes of you. Yeah, let's head there now. Anna points at the door in front of you. Through there is where you want to be. Alright, let's go. Is this the painted door? What you first took to be a door in this archway is actually a painting. Yeah, okay. Are you sure this is the door, Anna? Aye. It's been smeared with Barnaby paints from the starved dogs it has. It's a real door until you look at it. Then it turns into a painting. Oh no. It's a Warhammer orc door. Why'd they do that? The stranger things in the plains. You might as well ask how you got yourself out of the dead book after I was sure you were dead. So this door, I just don't look at it and then open it? That's the dark of it, if it can't be true. Okay, I'll do what you say. You just, How long? This is the only path I know to reach the place I found your corpse. But it's not the safest road, You sure you're ready? I'm not here to play your minder, no matter what old Stuttercrutch says. What's beyond this door that's so dangerous? Chaosman. Chaos attacks! Right. We got so good at killing them. Bar me as they come. Barking wild... No, we met Barking Wilder. He's fine. Barking wild into the day and night. Ready to either paint you with colors or crack your brain box with a chamber pot. Dangerous bloods they are. How did you get through them? I crept in nice and quiet like. Can't paint you or kill you when they can't see you. Doubt I can pull that twice with you around. You look right clumsy, you do. Okay, alright. Hey, hang on. Fair, but rude. Let's get re-equipped to come back later. By which I mean... we have... well, there's that. There's this. I actually want to go all the way back. Let's quick save here before this, in case this is a nonsense venture. Oh, hang on, also. We have a new party member. Let's redistribute our healing items so that everybody has some stuff. Let's get you all the extra charms. There. And there. Wonderful. Alright. That's all that. So much extra stuff. We're gonna have to start just using items willy-nilly, you know? Okay, only we can use these guys. In that case, you take these. You take this. That. To this. All that. Give this to you. Alright, so we have... this. My spells back, I haven't rested. Okay. Alright, we got a lot of stuff to do. It's fine. First... I think it's this way. We're gonna head back down. I shouldn't have. I should have read more slowly. Or before talking to Ferret, I should have given Uhila his lucky knife back. But that's what we're doing now. And then we'll go south to the infectious disease whatevers. We still got junk in our hands, so we can head back this way. Curious to see how this works. All right, so we picked up a fighter mage. We've got a thief now, and I guess Mort is technically a fighter. His class is Skull. Pretty sure I have junk. Yeah, I still have junk. Thrust the junk. That's what they call me, thrust the junk. That'd be called worse. That's the doorway. The lid. Really, buddy? I kicked all your butts last time, and I had fewer party members then. Ooh.
All right.
There are places up here I haven't been yet. Well, let's fix that. I guess it's just here, I think. Everything else looks filled in. Hi? Wow. That's a lot of y'all, huh? Cool. Let's be tactical about this. Too late to be tactical. We don't have any spells.
In enduring, grow strong.
Aye?
What's she got? Detect traps, thieving skills. Bit late for stealth. Appreciate the thought. Alright. Well. Hey, that's... Nope, none of those. Unpause.
Your skies.
Damn.
Never mind, we're fine. Anna, you wanna... That's fine, take your time.
Talk things through.
Where does this go? Ah! Cranium rats. Great.
Die.
Sorry for all the flashing, apparently.
I feel stronger.
Great.
I hear your words.
You need to not die.
You see that?
Done.
This one.
Touch of folly. I will hear you.
Alright. Well, that was unexpected. Saving throws, spell memorization, yada yada yada. We got a point. Go into... Yeah, let's keep raising intelligence. And at least until we get it, like, maxed. Alright. There's all of that. Again, we should rest at some point. Acts of Torment. We got this, and I didn't even read it. As if from the depths of Beator, torment shall be brought upon your enemies, and with time its strength will only grow. The spell summons a mystical giant battle axe, strikes a specified individual for 1 to 8 points of damage. Oh, it's like a spiritual weapon. As a final blow, the axe will cause a magical effect to occur at random. Additional damage, more additional damage, paralyzed, and then the spell levels up with us. Neat! Alright, that's that. Ball lightning is also very great. Create up to 4 spheres of lightning when the spell is cast. Okay, so one really big one or the more smaller ones. Okay, cool. Great. There.
Done.
Ooh. Magic missile. Inventory full. Right, we got all the stuff and I forgot to even... Oh boy. Alright. Let's give these to you. Ragged note from Ferret. This is the tattered note you received from Ferret. It reads as follows. Beware shadows. Beware places where the night lives. They wait. There is no natural darkness, only shadows. Shed lividos. Interesting capitalization. That's going to be fun to ruminate on for later. Let's give this to you. You get the charm. You get the things. Try this again. Great. Oop, wrong button. Sorry, everyone. Don't know Magic Missile. Now we do. All right. Strictly Club. All right, we got that. We got that. What is it? Silver Frame. Invokes Pain Mirror. Sure. Who doesn't love a good Pain Mirror? Great, great. Love that. Anything up? That was it. Well, that was a loaded little area. And then also we have this. Put that away. Alright. And that's all that's here. Fantastic. The problem with playing the game that I am watching on stream is that when you're in a fight, it sounds like I'm in a fight. I'm so sorry. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll make that a little bit easier. I'm going to head down this way. And then once we change zones, we'll head to our first ad break. I don't think I can turn the camera around, but just trust me that way on the other side of your screen is a very sleepy Benny. All right. Pause here. Quick save here. We're on ads here. So we're going to run 3 minutes of ads to knock out pre-rolls for a bit, and then we'll be back with completing a quest. We came down all this way just to give a guy a knife, and not in like a euphemistic way. We're actually giving him the knife back. So let's hope it was worth it. See y'all in a few. So during the break, I did go ahead and get our party some rest, which, feels long overdue at this point. Now I just can't remember where O'Heal is. We didn't talk to you either, and you have a name. This is how I end up, spending an entire stream not doing any of the main scenario. See a drab man with a perfectly moon-shaped face. Looks at you without expression and does not speak. Looks as though his voice would be as flat as a meadow. Greetings, I was hoping you could answer a few questions for me. What do you wish to know? Tell me of yourself. I once lived in a land of metal machines and doors that opened at a word. I dream of the pristine metal cities and all the empty shells that are our people. I had a number and a name there. Now I have neither. Like all my kind, they are all I have. They are all I have had all I have had of my own all my life. They were stolen from me. Without them, I am nothing. I request your aid. Who has your name and number?
My journal.
The one who used to be Radine. She stole them from me. I offered her the shelter of my name and a number, and she stole them from me. They are mine lawfully and by right. Find her. She is in this village. All right, I'll see what I can do. That's all I need to know. Name sounds familiar, but I don't remember where we met Radine. But village is only so big, you know? He's from the capitalism plane where you only have a name and a number. And you want number go up. Hey, Mox. Which phase of the moon? That's... Hey, for no reason at all, other fans of the Beijing Digital Circus, how we doing? I promise that's related, don't worry about it. I have your knife. Uhir takes the knife and holds it lovingly. Ah, you're back. Me lucky knife. Thanks, Cutter. And you, don't go running off again. He slides the blade into his sheath with a smile. Farewell, Uhir.
Updated my journal.
Happy to help. We haven't been in here. Let's go in here. I saw it in theaters, so I already got my coping done. So fair. Man! Stop making me kill rats.
In knowing the teachings of Zerthamon, I have.
I guess nothing is making me kill rats. I could just leave. But, like, yeah.
All right. Done.
Somewhere in this village, hey? Oh, what's in here? We're just gonna check all the random unlabeled houses. Not stealing from this random person. Right, the rats are making us kill rats because they're attacking me. You're right. Are you ready? What do you want this time? I wanted some answers. Go on, what do you want to know? Who are you? Might as well ask for Grandis Sand's name, as that's about as important as I am. We didn't get anything from you last time either. I'm gonna quick save for a moment and just see if this is a, like, if you're radiant, you're just not telling me. Nope, okay.
In knowing the teachings of Zerthamon, I have become stronger. Endure. In enduring, grow strong.
Alright. Alright, spells for you. Great, wonderful. Ball lightning. Alright. Everybody. Do the weenus. The weenus is a dance.
I'm gone.
Oh, you have a name. Fantastic. You see a woman with a lined face and drab clothing. Her eyes are far away, and there seems to be a new vitality rising up under her skin. Yeah, 'cause she stole somebody's name and number. If she'd been given a new life, there is a patterned tattoo around her neck. She starts when you speak to her. Eh? What do you want? Questions? Maybe I got answers for you. Maybe I don't. Tell me about yourself. Me? I got two names now. I'll show you only one. Don't want you stealing the new one. Hee hee. You can call me Radine, pet, and I'll hold the other name tight to myself, I will. The man who that name used to belong to wants his name and number back. He's dying without them. Her voice grows shrill. Well, he can't have them. He offered him to me, and I kept him. He never said nothing about no loan of him. He never said he needed him back. He ain't getting them. You can go tell him so. Really needs a name, you tell him he can have mine. The name Radine should be good enough. It wasn't good enough for you, why should it suffice for him? There's a world difference between growing up in a name and having someone else's. A new attitude behind an old name can change it all. See what I've done with this one? I'll talk to him about it. But tell me about that tattoo. This squirmy thing? It's an identifying number. It's my number. Gave it to me by a kind man who saw me cold without the protection of numbers to back me up. Now I got it, and I'm happier than I've ever been. How does it work? Safety in numbers. And with safety in numbers. I don't think that's what that means. With safety comes warmth, and with warmth comes comfort. Numbers can do it all for you, dearie, as long as you respect their power. Cool, goodbye.
I feel like this is the devs just breaking the fourth wall.
They're having a lot of fun with their puns, and I appreciate that, as someone who has a lot of fun with his puns. Hey, Koo. Have you located the woman with my name and number? She will tell you she won the name from me, and she did not. She stole it. I require my name and number. She's in the village. I met her. She doesn't want to give it up. He pales for a moment. She must. They are mine. She stole them from me. I request your assistance. You're getting it. I require assistance. Any assistance you give me will be remembered with gratitude. Please help. Cool, I have some more questions. Yourself. That's the same one. Tell me of this place. I know nothing of it. I do not know this place. I have no name. I have no number. I have no memory. I have no memory of this place. I am cold. I am scared. This is strange to be so naked. I fear I will die. What do you mean? I once lived in a land of metal machines and doors that opened at a word. A dream. That sounds like Mechanus, but I don't 100% know. Dream of the pristine metal cities and the empty shells that are our people. I had a number and a name there, and now I have neither. Like all my... Okay, right, we've heard this. Alright, let's see what I can do. Move sickle. I know nothing of it. I do not know this place. I have no name, yada yada yada. Everything is the same. This is strange to be so naked. I fear I will die. Okay, cool. So we've demonstrated a loop. Alright, Radian, bad news. I really do need that name and number. She looks blankly as you return and then shakes herself out of her daze. As she does, the tattoo around her neck squirms. You again, eh? I tell you, I won't give you the name and number back. Tell you what, using this name and number's increased my fortunes. I'll pay good money for it, and he can buy himself a nice new one. How's that? How much are you willing to give? Wait, I don't think that'll cut it. Give me the name and number. How about a nice 20 coins? Girl, that should tie the wee deer over until I get a new set, huh? Be a dear, go ask him if that's what he wants. Just give me the name and number, I'll have to rip them out of you. You don't want that. She shrieks under your threat, and here he told me the number would protect me from evil men. Take the damn thing then. Have done with it. She tears the writhing tattoo from her throat, taking a good bit of skin with it, hurls it at you, and flees. I mean, we still... That's the number. We still need the name, I think? Let's chase her. You cannot initiate dialogue? She seems busy. Yeah? And she's gone.
I feel like the squirming tattoo number is probably the more important one.
It seems important. Let's see if that's enough. Money means nothing without a name. Give me my name. Has she given it? Yes. May I have it, then? Your name is Ku Yin. Take your number. I thank you for my name and number. Yes. Ku Yin. Yes. But no. I now realize I no longer require a number here. I will find myself a new number if necessary. I give you my old number. It can help you. It is a mantle of law. It is protection. Do you accept it? Yes.
How chaotic are you?
Let it warm you. Trust in it, and it will protect you. Farewell.
Update
Goodbye.
journal.
Tricks?
You're not even the reason I came down here, but hey, that worked out great. Alright, now let's skedaddle. It could be Mechanus, or could be technologically advanced corner of the material plane. True. Alright, that's you guys. Get the
Alright.
hell out of here. Before we have to fight too many more random villagers. This is like watching units move across a StarCraft map. Could be the reason they know the word Samaritan. That's a really good point, actually. They're from the plane of Earth. That's everything here. Oh. I tell you what, we're gonna check something out here. The art plan. I don't need to do that from this side. I didn't... Okay, so I guess we haven't found this out. Or at least it hasn't updated this to tell us that we actually know where he's getting the things from. And there's also this. We don't have a 4th level spell yet. This we can do. Alright, so don't go there. Instead, go here. We are going this way. No, no, no. You are drunk. And when you're drunk, you forget that I am in charge. And I say we go this way. Willow was a great movie. I think it's down here. I think it's down here. The dwelling. That's the kip. Aha! Minimum we can go here. Oh, and I leveled up. Everybody's leveled up. Fighter thief. Okay, so we have fighter, fighter mage, fighter thief. Got it. Oh, this old chestnut. All right. Backstab multiplier up by 1. Love that. Okay, we have 20 points to spend. Stealth is good, but only if we're going to send her on scouting missions, and both Baldur's Gate and Icewind Dale taught me that that's a very dangerous endeavor. Detect traps is probably where I want to go. Pickpockets is interesting, but detect traps and open doors I think are the ones I'm most interested in. Let's go, if we do that. Cool, just nice and even across the board. And survive traps. Doors will stop us cold. Let's go turn in all of these tails. My hope, and it may be a vain hope, is that at a certain critical mass of tails turned in, we'll actually like get to help this guy climb the ranks again, because it seems like he's here as a sort of political punishment. Save versus poison. All right. There. Brickley Club. Club of Nettles. Causes confusion. Hell yeah. Only usable by thieves. Well. Okay, so it has to be used by a like pure thief. Okay, I guess. Sure. Right, you take that. Let's see who has the. There's the tails. Do I have the tails? I have the tails. All 82 of them. Oh, Phineas! By the power, stop creeping up on me like that. What is it I can do for you this time, I could use what you have in your cash box. Now, I have some questions. Your questions would be... I have some rat tails. I'd like to collect the bounty on them. Excellent, most excellent. Let me see. Turn in a rat tail, collect the bounty. For one, do we have to turn in one at a time? Oh, that's so mean. Thank you, good sir. The city of Sigil and I appreciate your efforts on our behalf. And some other questions. Actually, hang on. Let's see. I have some rat tails. Turn in rat tail, collect the bounty. Okay, so it is just one at a time for a single copper. How did someone as illustrious as you end up in this place? Well, it is quite an epic tale, you see. I was born here in Sigil. And... 3 days later. You've rested for 8 hours? Fantastic. And then I realized that I had somehow offended my colleagues, for I found myself promoted to this branch office, and I have remained here for these past many years. I had some other questions. Tell me about these cranium rats. Yada, yada, yada. How many cranium rats are in Sigil? More than enough to last a bounty hunter a lifetime. Perhaps several. Is that rash of yours contagious? My rash? Contagious? No. Well, at least I don't think so. It's a symptom of the position, I'm afraid. The job literally grows on you. Ah! Ah! Gross. All right, thanks for your time, buddy. Guess we're selling these the old-fashioned way. Hey, it wasn't you. There was somebody down here. Greedon. Well, but again, hungry for some Greedon's tasty ratsies, eh? Why not? What kinds do you have? Good, good. What sorts would you like? I got them baked, spiced, boiled, and charred. All fresh, all scrumptious, and only 3 coppers for 2. Baked, spiced, boiled, charred.
Boil them, smash them.
Come to think of it, I'm not all that hungry for well. Alright. Here. It's not there, so then it's right here. We collected so many tails for nothing. Alright, so that's that. Animal cruelty doesn't pay. Alright, fair. Oh yeah, hang on. Didn't we get... there's so much stuff. I don't think we need it. There it is. Tattoo of a number. Alright, let's go talk to the tattoo artist. The Davos who doesn't fly. There's world map. Okay, yeah. Can you... Alright, Ragpicker Square, the Buried Village, the Hive, the Alley of Dangerous... It's something? Hang on. What happened? Stop. There. Fel turns to face you as you approach. Next to you, Anna stiffens as she catches sight of Fel. It catches sight of Fel. Hababa. Dangerous angles, thank you. Anna, what's wrong? Are you daft? Anna turns to you, and you suddenly realize she's frightened. Are you so pig-eager to dance in the lady's shadow you'll bandy words with this one? Let's get this place to laugh before we get penned to the dead book. What's the problem? It's Fel! Let's be away, no good will come of being here, so it won't. What's the problem? He's a Dabus who's not a Dabus, Walks on the ground. No more questions, let's get this place to laugh. Anna, no harm will come to you while I'm here. Tell me what's wrong. She throws a frightened glance at Fel. Fel's a Dabus who angered her. It said he's a Dabus who isn't a Dabus, and the time's close when the lady's gaze will fall on him. The Lady of Pain? Hey, and heed your tongue. She makes another semicircle in the air in front of her as you mention the lady's name. The Dabus work for the lady, and she protects them, except Fel. Let's be away, I'd like to speak to Fel first. Anna grabs your arm. Please, nay. No good will come of it. Anyone speaking to Fel could draw the lady's gaze. I didn't want to die, I don't. Well, there's only 2 of these options that aren't horrible. No harm will come to you while I'm here, I promise. I just want to speak to him for a moment. It's very bold of the Nameless One to be like, I will protect you from the Lady of Pain. Because, like, my brother in Christ, no, you won't. It's not a matter of will. Nameless, what other lady does anyone talk about around here? Yeah, it's kind of a silly question to be like, wait, who do you mean? But I assume that's, the Nameless is still sort of the player's view into the world. So, we have to do some exposition. For a minute, Anna just looks at you. Then something in her gaze seems to calm her. She steels herself. I don't know why. Go on then, talk to him. I don't care. We'll make this quick. Asking everyone. No. We already know how to speak in the Rebuses. Had some questions for you. Feel like I know you. So you've met me before. Do you know how I died? Did you do the tattoos on this disembodied arm I found? Fel examines it for a moment, tracing the patterns with his finger. He then looks up and a series of rebuses form, hazy at first, then come sharply into focus. The arm is yours, the tattoos are mine. One tattoo speaks of a time when your path was shared by 4 others. What 4 others? 4 strings of symbols swirl from Fel's head, matching the pattern upon the dismembered arm. They speak of 4. Shall I tell you their hearts, please?
Updated my journal.
The The symbols swirl before you, and you piece them together. One unloved who loves one who does not love. Oh, oh dear. One who does not see what others see, and sees what others do not. One who is familiar and bound with duty. One who is a slave, and his chains are words. Interesting! As you finish translating, the four strings seem to form themselves into links, and they merge into a chain. The chain bends until it is a symbol you feel you recognize. What is that symbol? The symbol sharpens, gaining edges that are almost painful to your eyes. It is Torment. It is the name of this video game. It is that which draws all tormented souls to you. Fel nods at your left arm, at your shoulder. The flesh knows it suffers even when the mind has forgotten, and so you wear the rune always. You mentioned there were other tattoos on the arm. Fel examines the arm again, tracing the other faded tattoos upon its surface. As he does, they each appear as a symbol above his head, hazy at first, then coming sharply into focus. Sharply, through a glass darkly. He turns to face you. Once forgotten, now remembered. You may wear them again if you wish. I would like to see what these tattoos are. Can I see what tattoos you now have to share? Hooray! All right. Well. Oh, Lord, that's so many. Okay, hang on. Back to the top. Back to the top. Back to the top. Back to the top. Razor Angel Ink. Protection from evil. Cool. Tattoo of the Restless Dead. Gives us bless. Tattoo of Anna. That's a little horrifying. What? Why do you have this one? +1 dex, -1 charisma, -1 wisdom. Okay, you become a better thief. Makes sense. I wonder if there's one of the tattoo of the skull. I was about to say, I wonder if there's one of these for each of our companions. +1 save versus paralyzation, +1 luck, +1 to charisma, -1 to wisdom. For all of Mort's faults, having him as a companion makes you seem more capable and not so much of a stranger. Yeah, fair. Lost Incarnation. Grants experience points when invoked, increases regeneration rate when worn. Okay, got it. Well, that's neat. Tattoo of Wasting Darkness. Permanent +3 to stealth when invoked, +1 to AC. 5% stealth. Okay. Only for thieves. Weeping Stones. Resistance to cold and magical cold. +1 to AC, -1 to charisma. Stop taking away my charisma. Where are the hot tattoos? Where are the tattoos for hot people? Tattoo of Accuracy. Thaco +1. Alright, you know what? That's straightforward. Tattoo of Bloodletting. +1 damage. Alright, that's very good. Might. +1 to strength. That's what it says on the tin. +2 to strength. Ooh, +1 to intelligence. How about this one? +2 to intelligence. Well, okay. I mean, that's the one we're getting. The spirit and the soul is wisdom, and then this is probably dexterity. Yeah, okay. Constitution, very good. And charisma. Neat. Alright. 2 of enduring. Hit point bonus. And AC bonus. Well, that's cool as hell. Alright, so then... Aha, there we go. Do we know what this one does? Protection from chaotic creatures. I love it. Protection from myself. Still don't really know what that reference is, but it's fine. Let's give these back to Mort. Now that they're just loot. Cool. Alright, well. That was neat. Now let's stop making it uncomfortable and get out of here. If I go in there solo... Nope, whole party goes. Fine. Alright. You know, as long as I'm here... I had it alluded to me. Hello, why are you all here? Well, prefer to be not here. I had it suggested to me,
See that?
he says, carefully using passive voice, that one of our other companions is the smoldering corpse of the smoldering corpse bar. So I'm just going to go try and talk to it, because I don't think we did that before. Oh yeah, we can just, all right. Hi, bud. How you doing? Still on fire, I see. This crackling, billowing I'm sorry, I thought you was a lamp. This crackling, billowing creature twists slowly above an iron grill upon the floor of the bar. May have once been human, but now its skin is charred beyond recognition. Streams of fire form a wreath around the creature's body. The flames lick at the few remaining pockets of flesh, causing them to bubble and run like wax down the creature's skeletal frame. Yuck! Greetings? The thing makes no response. It writhes slowly within the flames. It lives, but it does not seem aware of anything other than the fire that surrounds it. Its skin is flame, its heart is flame, and you know, within some shadowed corner of your memory, that this thing is dangerous. Have you tried your companion's special abilities? The only special abilities I saw on Anna were all like the standard thief things, like picklocks, sneak. But I can check the other to see what everybody else has. I know Mort has like a swearing thing. I can't remember if it's like a taunt. But apparently the more swears he learns, the better he gets at it. Let's examine this creature. The heat surrounding this creature is incredible. To your surprise, the iron grill the creature floats above has sagged and bent from the heat. At first you thought the heat came from the grill, but now you realize it emanates from the creature. As you watch, flecks of ash drift from the writhing corpse and float slowly to the ceiling. Hey, Drusilla. What the fuck? This time, Drusilla seems slightly more lively. At least you don't catch a glimpse of the despair that you smelled on her the last time you spoke to her. Hello again, traveler. I have some questions. What the fuck? Who is that burning by the entryway to the tune of how much is that doggy in the window? I apologize if I made this joke the first time. Despair you saw on her face before flits across again like a black-winged shadow before she masters herself. That's Ignis, one of the greatest wizards to ever come out of the slummy excuse for a cesspool. They caught him and they opened a channel to the plane of fire through him. Okay, we heard this last time. Alright. Someone should be able to find something. Ah, well. Can you answer some questions? Nothing could take.
All right.
We don't have whatever we need to put him out. We'll go to some, like, snow plane at some point.
What's up?
Litany of curses, that's what it is.
I hear your words.
And then, yeah, she's got thieving skills, stealth mode, and detect traps. Right, I forgot you have to switch into detect traps mode. That's going to be fun. Alright, do I remember where... Does my journal remember where... Fetch 3 rings. Rock has asked me to retrieve 3 rings from his tent. From the description, the first is made of gold. We got these. Alright, so find me... Rock? Okay. Just need to find the place that has the tents. And I can't remember where that is. That's okay, because we can walk. Alright, it's not here. There's the marketplace. There's the kip. Let's go to the alley.
I'm gone.
The alley where we accidentally a gang war. And may have killed Fantasy Batman. And is basically the free thief that makes the nameless rogue mostly pointless for a huge chunk of the game. I mean, that was the thing in the original Baldur's Gate, because like Imoen was a thief illusionist, I think. And you get her as a companion just immediately, and it's like, oh well, you don't really need 2 thieves in most D&D scenarios. Alright, so if I find Rock, got all 3 rings here. You new friend of Rock now. Rock take rings now. Rock thanks new friends.
Updated my...
See you, buddy. Rock has the rings. Then let us begin. Please don't summon a demon. That's all I ask. I already dealt with the demon in a box. Ubracanda. Oh, Canada. Did they just stab each other? Wait. It's a Limlim? It's a murderous Limlim? Hey, buddy. How you doing? You see what appears to be an ordinary Limlim. Hard to believe that this cute little creature slaughtered 5 wizards. What behind the rabbit? It is the rabbit! We are not kicking the Limlim. As funny as it would be to get murdered, we are not kicking the Limlim. Alright, Emma was just a thief in Baldur's Gate 1. She became a thief wizard, or thief illusionist in 2. Well, that did not go all the way I thought it was gonna. I guess we'll grab all this stuff. Thanks, buddy. Rock, how you doing? I noticed you didn't get eaten by it. Rock lose friends, but Rock make new friend. Call him Green Thing. Buddy, we're gonna... you're gonna go far, kid. The Limlims are these little, like, bug critters. We have one, I think, somewhere still, unless it may have gotten killed and I missed it. We bought one that was a little traveling companion, but they're just little guys. They're just little guys. Let me give this to you. Scroll of Fist of Iron. Okay. Level 1 spell. The spell gives the caster's fist the strength and durability of iron, turning it into a living weapon. Any punches the caster does will do more damage than normal. Only on the Nameless One, when cast, all his normal punch attacks are +3 to hit and plus... Dang, that's quite good. Oh, it's like a mini Tensor's transformation. Alright, neat. Yeah, I've done that. Oh, armor. Beautiful. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Alright. Give the valuables to the skull. Great Steel Dagger. I guess we can give this to... I don't suppose... No, you don't want to use it. Right. I get the feeling that most of my companions are... I think I mentioned this last time. I'm going to say it again. Are really only ever going to be using the weapons that they come with. So if a weapon doesn't work for our particular build, we just ditch it. Ring of the Traveler. Do I have an extra ring slot? I don't. Which one of these is the cursed one? Okay, well, I've already got armor class, and I don't imagine you can wear rings. Let's see. Your AC is 2, yours is 4. Let's give it to our Tief. Boop. Wonderful. Love it when a plan comes together. Okay, now we can go here. It's an 18 double-aught fist. And it seems like it. Also, hey, Dave. And thank you, Bedroad. Although it... Why didn't QuoteBot work? Nightbot? What's going on, bud? I'll figure out that later. The thief you just picked up can use other punch daggers. Oh, that makes more sense. Should have kept the one that we found in the place. But I didn't know. And now we do. Alright, now let's go into the... Let's go past the painted door to the hive of scum and villainy. Oh, good. There's the Nightbot. I just missed it. Alright, so we go here, here. Quick save. I think we've only cast a couple of identifies, so I'm not worried about resting again beforehand. Come on, Mark, keep up. Shake a leg. First find a leg, then shake it. Close your eyes, open the door. Close your eyes, reach for the door, and fumble around. To your surprise, you find a handle. The slight tug, the door opens. A narrow passage leads into the building, and from within, you can hear distant howling. Yeah, that's them. Let's go on ahead and... Yep. Boop. Hi, Farad. Oh, it's these things again. Well. And nothing of value was lost. Cool, I guess. What were those things? No idea. Well, we saw them once before in the mortuary. I think specifically they popped up. This was like episode 1. They popped up either around us or around Diamanda, the ghost that we might have been married to at one point. But we saw them in there briefly, and I don't know who or what they are. It looked like the things from the second Matrix movie, but we don't have time to get into that. You see a slender tiefling girl standing with her back to you. You notice that both her hands and the upended table in front of her are smeared with a fresh coat, what appears to be pink paint. She seems oblivious to you. Greetings! At the sound of your voice, the girl turns her head to regard you. Her face, though somewhat dirty and spattered with drops of pink, is strikingly beautiful. She flashes you a wide, mischievous smile, then returns her attention to the makeshift canvas. I had some questions? Tiefling girl seems totally immersed in her artwork. She ignores you entirely. That's probably for the best. They just put the cut in cutscene. They did murder the shit out of him just now. And again, I'm not super bothered by that.
It couldn't hurt you to say a few words to me, Fiendling.
Huh?
Oh, aye, it could. Hurt you, that is.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
Morty, how we doing? Leave about that. Use some advice. Just a second, you're still with me. Alright. Let's talk to Dagon.
What is your will?
Nothing at the moment. Alright. Let's talk to Anna.
Aye. What is it you want then?
So, where's the place you found my body? We know that. We're going there. Didn't I meet you in the hive before I found Farad? Aye, you did. I haven't forgot you. What were you doing by the mortuary? It's my territory. I was looking for debtors, I was. Found a walking one, I did. Did you find anything on my body before you brought it to the mortuary? She looks at you warily, and her tail stops flicking for a moment, then resumes, slower than before. Mayhap I found something. But if I found anything, it's mine by right. Other bits are in Farad's keeping. I don't have time for games. What did you find on my corpse? Well, you had some fist irons and a little bit of jink, but I left that for the dusties, so I think it was a wee bit honest. You had an ugly ring that I kept. She dips her finger into her arm bracers and pulls forth a small ring with a stone mounted on it. Worth thrice more than the jink and the irons it was. Too bad it's too ugly to wear. I'd like that ring back now, please. She studies the ring with a frown, glances at you, then back at the ring. With a sneer, she flicks the ring to you. Didn't want the ugly thing anyway. Now, when you mentioned that some stuff from my body had gone into Farad's keeping, what did you mean? Aye, Farad takes a bit off each corpse we find. It's his right, being lord of the village. Off every corpse? That's a lot of corpses. Oh, aye. To hear tell, old Stuttercrutch has a stash pit somewhere close to him. It's the only reason I can see why he set up Kip in that filthy, drafty hall it is. Nothing but stink and shadows. And that's where he puts the tribute he gets? Aye. Now, what are you on about? You planning to bob him? No, I have no cause to do such a thing. I have, like, 4,000 gold. Well, good. I'm warning you against such a thing, I am. Farad can be daft sometimes, but he's mean as all fiend spit when it gets worked up. And he loves his keepsakes. Where would he keep it all? If he's been at the village for as long as he said, he would have amassed quite a collection. Well, I know he's never left his hall to get his tribute when he needed it. You wouldn't want to walk far with that lame leg of his, though. Aye, that's true, but only if you don't watch him careful. He isn't lame, though he puts on a fair show of being weak in the leg. So that crutch could be a portal key? Anna frowns in thought for a moment, then slowly nods her head. Aye, there's a thought. I wouldn't know how you'd use it, though. Maybe you just need to have it. Maybe we'll find out. You have enough characters for the banter to kick in. It was genuinely one of my favorite things playing original Baldur's Gate, was occasionally getting, especially anybody talking to Jaheira, was always delightful. Bit about Farad. When Farad returned the tribute he took from my body, he vanished for a while, then came back, but he never left Ilwind Court. Okay, we're just talking about that. Can you train me to be a thief? Let's just follow this and see where it goes. Okay, that's the same dialogue. Still don't have any intention to harm him, because we already secretly know that he's super mega dead. Where's the space where you found my body? There's a strange alley on the far side of the Barking Dog Cackle House. It's where we need to head. That's where we're going now. Great. Had some other questions. Tell me a little bit about Ferret. He's me da. Well, not me real da. He found me when I was a wee girl. He needed a collector to crawl into space as the rest of his fat cullies couldn't squirm, so he took me under his crutch. I didn't think you and him looked much alike anyway. Can you tell me anything else about him? Been in the village longer than I. Came there a stone's age ago. Maybe even found the place, some of the villagers say. Ferret's a shrewd one, he is. Has a way of squeezing more out of copper than most. And he never was at a lack for drink. Was he searching for that bronze sphere all the time? I suppose. Don't know why he was all the fire to get it, I don't. Could smell it as soon as you brought it to him. Foul custard smell it had. Still, it must have been something right valuable for him to carry on about it the way he did. Almost a half score of collectors got penned in the dead book trying to fetch it. Interesting. I think that's all for now. But D. Let's just slowly go room by room here. Ow. It's fine. What's one damage between friends? Bandages. They keep giving us rags. I'm going to start collecting them and just see what we get for them. Hoi. You see an aging man dressed in tattered rags. As you draw nearer, you discover that he is missing both of his eyes. The scarred tissue of his eyelids has receded into his empty sockets, giving his features the macabre appearance of a decaying skull. More family yours? Greetings! The old man turns in your general direction, his arms outstretched as if feeling for you. Darkness, who be in voice? The friend words I'll speak of you and call chaos. Speak the words of chaos and you'll call me a friend? Is this jumbled up scramble speak really necessary? The old man cocks his head to one side, his sightless gaze fixed on an empty space. Chaos of you are not. Not, pot, snot. Everyone lost their minds. Walk, not talk. Talk is complete. Completed to completion. He turns his back to you, apparently done with this conversation. That's not that far off from how I end conversations, so that's fair. I've discovered that some of the cranium rats in the crypt will attack you spontaneously. Yeah. I think we found out last time that that might have been a bug, that after you talk to many as one, they're not supposed to attack you, but they do anyway. I'm just glad that doesn't, like, mess up the quest. Look, old man, you better give me some straight answers or you will soon be missing more than just your eyes. The old man seems outraged by your threat. Sure. Appropriate, I feel like. No friend you be, and no friends have you here. Friends I have, and friends I call. Takes a deep breath as if he's about to begin shouting. Yeah, right. Needless. Sybil! You see a figure hidden amid the shadows in the corner of the room. As you draw near, a young woman steps out to reveal herself. She's dressed in a loose-fitting tunic, which, together with her short-cropped hair and slender frame, gives her a rather boyish appearance. Wouldn't go in there if I were you. She nods in the direction of the door on the south wall. Why? What's beyond the door? She winces at the sound of your voice, putting a finger to her lips to indicate silence. She pauses for a moment, then answers in a hushed voice. A whole mess of them, howling lunatics, that's what. Looks like they're having some sort of gathering. Won't be able to get through to the alley until they clear out. Thanks for the warning. Who are you? My name's Sybil. She whispers quietly, then spits into her palm and reaches out to clasp your hand. Ah, the traditional way. What are you doing here? What does it look like I'm doing? I'm hiding. I came in here looking for food. You notice that as she speaks, her right hand moves instinctively to the pouch at her waist. Only the barking idiots in the next room showed up and decided to throw a party on the front doorstep. Now I'm trapped in here and can't get out. You're looking for food, eh? What's in the pouch? She seems about to respond, but stops herself short. She eyes you for a moment and then shrugs her shoulders. All right, so I'm a thief. Girl's got to earn a living somehow. What's it to you anyway? You're obviously not Harmonium, and you're definitely not with the savages in there. I'm happy that people can tell I'm not Harmonium on sight. That fills me with pride. You're right, I don't belong here either. Do you know of another way to get through the alley? I could always hand you over to the thugs for not doing that. How many of them are in there? I counted about a dozen of them. Of course, I was peeking through a crack in the door, so I could be off by a handful or so. That's hardly a challenge. Look, you can play hero if you want, but leave me out of it. I'm staying right here. If by some miracle you don't get your innards stomped on by those animals in there, I'll see you around. On second thought, maybe I shouldn't go in there. There may be another way to get past those animals without a fight. I don't love even referring to Chaos Attack as animals, although they do bark and howl like dogs, so maybe they would like that? I don't know. Well, we specifically heard howling when coming in here.
Oh, yes. But,
So,
they could switch to meowing at any moment.
they could switch to meow. I mean, same. There may be there may be another way to get past those animals out of the fight. There's another door that leads in there. From what I was able to see, there are stacks of wooden crates along the same wall as the other door. It may be possible to sneak from that door to the exit on the other side of the room. There's only one problem. There's always a problem. Why it wouldn't be much fun. What is it? The door is locked. I tried it. My guess is that the key is on one of the thugs upstairs. I'm not alcoved enough to go up there looking for it, though. The key is up there, I'll find it.
Updated my journal.
If you do manage to live long enough to find the key, the door is in a room to the southeast. I'll be watching from the shadows. If you can unlock the door and make it out to the alley in one piece, I'll be right behind you. All right. That sounds like a plan. I'm guessing that's that. So we need to find upstairs, which means we need to find stairs. The first phase in finding up. Oh, hi. A barrier! Wait, don't attack the barrier. Attack the thug. This'll teach you to go around painting people in their sleep. I mean, yeah, fair. Ow! Ooh. I was helping you.
Damn.
I will hear you.
You will heal you. Really? Alright. Not the enemy of my enemy type, I take it. That's it. Alright, fair enough.
Done.
There's this. That's a lot of money. Well, I don't see any stairs. Let's try this door, because we know that door is where they're at, according to Sybil. Great. So far, so good. Sneak. Love it. Close this behind us. That's a pouch.
All right.
Can we open the pouch? A small bag made on a... Okay, I guess we'll hang on to a pouch. What an interesting thing. All right. Didn't we have one of these already? Oh yeah, we did have one of these already. All right. Everybody gets a Ring of the Traveler. Jester would be happy. Okay. Just save in case this goes catastrophically wrong. Stairs! The second part of the up plan. We don't need another crowbar. Actually, now that I think about it. We also don't need this. Go away. Go away, I said. Thank you. Oh, we don't need... I'm gonna get this to work. And this, and that, this, these. Perfect. You have a crowbar that I don't think you can use. Fighters and thieves. Are you not a fighter thief? Fighter thief. Usable only by fighters. Okay, fine. I guess I have to do that. Rude. I can't use that, but I'll give that to you. I mean, if nobody can use this, we'll just ditch it. All right. Let's see. So,
Ready.
can you, Phoebe?
Why not?
Hell yeah!
I'm gone.
We're 1 for 1. Loot it. Pop it. Twist it.
I'm here.
Put on the button.
Why not? Got it.
Hell yes. All right. Let's just take a moment to see if this door's
why
trapped.
as well.
Doesn't seem to be. Get the whole party and do a murder. Maybe a double murder. Get magic missile.
Damn it.
Do hate that so many of the attacks are very flashy. Damn.
Damn.
Ow. A body. Hooray! Hey, that worked fine.
All right.
Loot. Wonderful. Yeah, let's have you sneak.
Might as well.
Or don't sneak. That's fine. You don't need to sneak. Who needs to sneak? Yep. Oh no. Run back. Everybody come in here and do a murder. Spells. That's not gonna work.
Damn.
Damn it.
Is this guy in the toilet? Do I want to know? Well, we're gonna check. I'm just gonna leave that there. I can imagine what it smells like. Whoop, that's the wrong button. Alright, I think we've explored everywhere except the big room we're not supposed to go to. So, upstairs we go. And away! Pause. Pause for a drink. Okay, let's... We open the door right in front of us? We sure can. Barrel. Dagger. Dagger, dagger, dagger. A bone dagger! Alright. File it under crap weapons to sell. Only because we have, like, 2 of them already. Open the big door. It's a big door. You could be a big door, too. Oi! Alright, let's do some more magic. Sure didn't seem like that did much. That's fine.
That?
That was wild. It's like we used a limit break. The screen went dark and I lost control for a minute. I was genuinely very worried something locked up. But no, it's just... That spell is apparently a big spell. Neat. Alright. Well, how about... Work our way down here. Close this door. Ahem. And we close this door. Oh. Everybody else go away.
Done.
You come close this door. I only close it from the outside? That's rude. I can't lock myself in a room to rest? Fine. Alright. Well, while I sort out this resting situation, we're going to run ads number 2. For ad break number 2, same 3 minutes, but 1 bat channel. So we'll be back in a few minutes with the remainder of the streams and hopefully a lack of pre-rolls for that duration. But not a lack of Jasmine. See y'all in a few. No rest for the wicked, and also no rest for us. We're stuck. It's too dangerous to rest here. So,
Done.
on we go. Continue up the stairs. Huh. I think we do in fact have a ball lightning.
It is I.
Can you also lightning ball? You can. You get that one, I'll get this one. Heck yeah. Alright. That worked great. We should do that next time.
I'm here.
Ow.
Endure. In enduring, grow strong.
Chromatic orb. Get orb. Ow. Woo. Uh-huh. So you use your special spell. Well, get missiled. And perhaps get missiled again. Or just die. That's also okay. I'm flexible, you know. Key, get this charm. 2 cash dollars.
I hear your words.
Oop, yep, yep, oop. Nope, stop. Ring. This goes to you. This goes to you. Wait. That is you. This goes to you. Small plain keys fashioned of wrought iron appears no particular value. Except for us. It's very valuable for us.
All right.
And we explore and we loot. No rest for the wicked. Won't someone cage this troublesome elephant? I haven't listened to that song in a long time, but it's still, honestly, it's fine. Like, it's not, you know, it's not winning any awards anytime soon, but it's still great. Very listenable, toolable. Which is, you know, sort of a high mark for music when you think about it.
Die.
Did you see that?
5 cash dollars. Alright, away we go. And then, whoop, all the way back. Wonderful. Let's go talk to Sybil. Yeah. Right, I closed that door. I did that. I'm like, why is this door closed? Andy, you did that. You were there. Do you remember? Okay, now remind myself. She, I think, told us it was the southeast room. She become trapped inside the tenement by a gang of chaos attacks that is holding some sort of gathering in the room that contains the exit to the alley. She told me of another door to the room that may provide a means to slip past the thugs without a fight. I've agreed to find the key, which is supposedly carried. Okay, we did that. Unfortunately, that doesn't help. Door to the room. I agreed to find the key. Okay, we did that. All right. Okay. Well. Doesn't appear that it was in any of these places. Let's check out these places again. I'm still very curious about the tiefling painter at the entrance and if they have anything to do with any of this, but at the moment it seems like no. Alright, we're going to quick save. I'm just going to open this door and we're going to see what happens. Okay, seems like that was probably it. Yep, alright, that's what this was a key to. They haven't attacked yet, which is interesting. Is there a way out from here? Oh yeah, there we go. Can we just leave? Goodbye! Wild, I didn't think that would work. Did they just assume anyone coming through that door is clearly one of us? I'll take it. I must say, Cutter, I'm impressed. I thought for sure those animals would chew you up good. Well, I guess I should thank you. She pauses for a moment, then reaches into her pouch and pulls forth a small green gemstone. Here, this one's on the dogs. See you around. Goodbye.
My journal.
Adder's Tear. Invokes Adder's Kiss. Well, yeah, I suppose. Let's put this with all of these. Put that out of there.
I'm
Quick
gone.
save. Alright. Neat. Massive iron gate is rusted shut. There's no way it'll open. Wild thing to say in a city of doors, but alright. Okay. This rickety dwelling looks as though it has stood for centuries. Its wooden walls are weathered and worn with age. A number of planks on this side of the structure appear to have been recently pried loose. Interesting. Who was searching for what, I wonder? It looks like... Oh, can we go here? Sneaky, sneaky. Sneaky beaky. Alright, doesn't seem to be anything else over here. here. Ah, all right. Nice little throughway. The dark recess descends for a few feet before ending abruptly in a solid rock face. So, not specifically related to that, but I read this again over the break, and like, I'm noticing that the all caps are a trio of 4-letter words, or like 4-letter sets, which seems like probably a password or combination for something. But also, just reading it without looking for clues, beware shadows, beware places where the night lives, they wait, there is no natural darkness, only shadows. I'm wondering if that's referring to the things that showed up and like ripped Ferret apart in that cutscene. If those are the shadows. And if so, I just hope that they don't know where we are. I don't have high hopes for that. Wait, there. Well, somebody get over there. Interesting. So the icon is if we can interact with something, but we cannot. Do we have to interact with it from there, I wonder? To get to the other side somehow. Walking. The somehow is walking. Oh, maybe not. Okay, this is a walkable area, but we cannot... That road doesn't go here. That road stays right here. Alright, let's back up and go to the only door. I think we've explored as much as we can for now. Oh, wait, hang on. Okay, so this must be like a gate that is just not currently open. Yeah, alright. As I was saying, back to the door. Actually, can we rest out here? Cannot rest. Nope. Alright. Oh! Are you okay? You don't seem okay. You seem dead. That's why there's loot on the floor. Okay. Troubling.
I'm gone.
Planks have been removed lately, so do we have to interact with this one to change that one? Have been recently pried loose. Oh, maybe that's what the hammer's for. This pixel right here? There. That pixel.
Done.
Dead Dabus. Oh! Oh, I didn't recognize the form of a Dabus as a corpse. That's troubling. You see the dead body of a Dabus. The stench of its decay is overpowering, and from the looks of its rigid, unnatural posture, extreme rigor mortis has long since set in. See if you can determine what killed it. As you touch the corpse, a sudden shock passes through your body. There's a stirring in the air, like a wind has found its way into the building and is fighting to get free. You feel a strange, wrenching pain in your skull, as if someone is hammering on it sharply, desperately. Try and focus. Your vision goes black for a moment. The hammering pain fades, until it sounds like it's coming from outside your skull. The darkness clears, and you hear the hammering coming from outside the building. The entire building seems hazy somehow, confused, as if you're seeing it through a mist. Alright, keep focusing. The hammering dies, and you suddenly see a spectral version of the Dabus entering the building. As it does, the windows and the doors become like water, suddenly sealing over the entrance the Dabus came through. The Dabus turns, pauses, and then begins a slow circuit of the room, examining the walls and hammering on each one once, as if testing it. The Dabus completes its circuit of the room, then pauses by the door it once entered. It begins hammering, chipping away the stone, but with every blow the wall repairs itself. The vision fades to black, and the hammering continues, first at a steady pace, then slower, then slower. Your vision clears as the hammering ends, and you are once again standing beside the corpse of the Davus. It looks as if it withered away here, trapped in the building. Uh-huh! Someone played The Sims, where you take the ladder out of the pool.
I'm going.
Cool, well that's fucking horrifying. Now that we have a hammer, can we do something about this? No? Alright. What the shit ass? Alright, hang on. There was another Davus. Let's go make sure it's an actual Davus. You could say hammer in the morning. And perhaps hammer in the evening. You. Greetings! The Davus turns to face you, and a series of symbols appear around its head. These symbols have a slight glow about them, and they just hover there. I thought you should know I discovered the body of a Davus in this alley. The Davus cocks its head slightly to one side. A number of symbols stream above its head, most of which indicate surprise and distress rather than words. Dead? Where? It lies in the abandoned building not far from here. It looks as though it got trapped inside somehow. Davus stares at you briefly, then bows slightly and floats off in the direction of the abandoned building. We're going to follow it just to make sure it doesn't also get trapped in said building. I hope this building is not a, trap engineered specifically for Davuses.
I mean, kind of like a wasp trap.
Eh. Okay. The door is locked? No. Hang on. No.
Might as well.
Mechanism that operates this does not have a conventional lock. And may be warded against simple spells. Fuck. Man. Alright, I didn't want this. What now? Oh, there we go. This dilapidated structure seems on the verge of collapse. Several boards have recently been nailed into place to reinforce the sagging building. It's the only... I guess we can go this way? I feel bad. Do you think the lady will understand? Don't answer that. I know the answer. Like, if we say we weren't responsible for another Davus dying, do you think she'll be chill? She seems reasonable, right? This is the place. Find you lying right where we stand. The hell was... Oh, hi? You stare in awe at the bizarre spectacle before you. What had appeared to be an ordinary, unremarkable, bricked wall now throbs and pulsates with movement. The wall expands with curious elasticity, heaving outwards as if some unseen force were trying to push its way through the barrier from the other side. Slowly, the undulating mass begins to settle, its curves becoming more and more pronounced. You find yourself at eye level with the stony caricature of a human face. Another one! Hooray! What is that? I didn't know. I'm for leaving before we find out, eh? Not just yet. There's something... Suddenly a strong breeze begins to blow around you, and the air is filled with an eerie sighing. The rushing wind grows stronger, and you can make out other sounds as well. The creaking of boards, the rustling of leaves, the grinding of stone upon stone. After a few moments, the clamor ceases to be a cacophony of individual noises and begins to blend into one articulate sound. You can make out a voice that speaks softly, yet seems to come from all around you at once. You. It cannot be you. Do you know me? The wind around you has stopped, but the voice is still somehow present. You are restored again. I saw you destroyed. Who are you? I am I. Don Quixote, the man of La Mancha. Sorry. The voice is as expressionless as the stone face before you. You said you saw me destroyed? Where? I saw you destroyed here, in front of me. I see all within me. Is this a genus loci? Do you know what happened to me? Things that cast no shadow were shadow. These fucking things. They rose around you, tore you down. Do you not remember? No, that was a previous save file. You concentrate on the strange voice composed of sounds around you. Somewhere in the deepest recesses of your mind, there's a brief glimmer of recollection. You feel as though there's something vaguely familiar about the sounds. Close your eyes and try to remember. Oh, yeah, there we go. Hi. Hello? Yeah. You can... Yes, you remember. The voice of the alley rings in your ears, scattering the images from your mind and returning you back to the present. Destroyed. As soon I shall be. I cannot delay division much longer. Pressure builds. Soon stones will crumble, and the floating ones will repair me to destruction. Will repair me to destruction. Oof. You just got shadow flayed. Flayed? Flame. Flame. I like flame. Flan. You're dying? Pressure is too much. Too many places folded inside. Not enough space. Must divide. I'm immediately reminded of the living street from Doom Patrol. It must be in the way. What are you talking about? I think it's pregnant. I love it. That's so good. Must be in the way. In the family way. This is why you never look directly at the Enderman. It's true. They get very upset. Healthithids, the opposite of illithids. They're incorporeal, flare fresh, and have tentacles on the back of their heads. Healthithids. I hate how much I like that. I think it's pregnant. Oh. Freaky. No, that's Mort. Freaky. So what are we technically standing right now? I really don't want to know the answer to that, Mort. The voice continues. Help me to divide, branch out, expand. New apertures will open. You may use them to travel to the lower ward. What do you need? The floating one is no longer upon me. It no longer repairs, no longer interferes. Oh no! Trapping the Davos was the critical path. Oh yeah, now the lady is for sure gonna kill us. Okay, cool. Well, hey, we had a pretty good run. You know, we got 6 episodes. That what I got. The Davos back in the alley? Yeah, I told him about the dead Davos I found and he left to seek it out.
Updated my journal.
Yes, the floating one no longer repairs. It is now within the other. I have closed myself around it. It remains inside me. Forever. Cool, now that it's trapped you can divide without interference, right? Still cannot divide. Too weak. Cannot undo floating one's repairs. Its changes must be reversed before I can divide. You must undo the floating one's repairs. I'm no carpenter. Seek out the parts of me the floating one has changed. Reverse the changes. Undo the repairs. Must be exact. Precise. Only then can I divide. Cool, I'll break some shit. I'll break some shit. I have a hammer and I can go get a pry bar.
Updated my journal.
Just drop that pry bar. I just dropped that pry bar. It's like the junk. The moment I'm like, I don't need this thing, I'm getting rid of it, then immediately I need the thing.
Right.
And one of these days I will learn that lesson. Did anyone keep a secret pry bar that I didn't? No, we have the hammer. Hammer's good. Again, I don't think any of my folks can use this because, yeah, no one is... The only person who's a pure fighter don't have hands. A good rule of thumb in this game, if you think it's worthless, it's definitely not. That's why I kept the pouch that does nothing. That seems, you know, too specific. Alright,
All right.
we're gonna... run this way. You know, we got through this without a fight, and I was feeling proud of myself, and now, because I left Prybar behind...
I will hear you.
What you be wanting to know? Aye?
Balance in all things.
I'll try something very silly. Hopefully this also kill us. I mean, I've got the necklace that does raise dead, so if it does kill us, then we're okay. Oh, that worked great! Never mind. Should have led with that. All red key, tenement room key. Great! Let's give this to you. 5 of nope. 5 of these to you. It's easier to do that. Alright. Well, actually, never mind. You don't need that one. Let's go back to me. A little bit of inventory management. I don't think we need that. I think we've already opened all these. But now we have extra keys. And extra keys are always fun. Alright. Yes, okay. Alright, well.
Done.
You know, I think that was a one-time use. It was a one-time use. Listen, that's a good one-time use. Let's get the next one up for when we need it. What I could really use right now, and this is going to sound funny when I say it, is a priest. Because right now we're still only healing with either time or items. And I would love to be able to heal with spells. Alright, so let's go over here. The devs are mocking you specifically. I mean, wouldn't be the first time. Examine the structure. Appears as though the Dabus was attempting to tear down this ancient structure. Several boards are loose, their nails nearly pried all the way out. Hammer them back in. You hammer the boards neatly back into place. Taking a step back to examine your handiwork, you notice that, strangely enough, the building no longer appears quite as old as it did. Oh, I love that. Is this still locked? Yep. Well, they live there forever now. All right, and this one was the one we'll use the pry bar on, I assume. It appears as if the Dabus was in the process of repairing this building. Several newer and sturdier boards have been nailed into place over the old ones. With the right tool, it may be possible to reverse it. Pry bar. One by one, you pry loose the fresh boards from the face of the building. The last board comes free. The building emits a loud groan as its weight shifts unsteadily upon its now unsupported frame. Cool. It's one of those Tumblr posts that's like, I bet that feels real good for the building. Aha, there we go. You have returned. I reversed the repairs as you asked. Yes, all is in order. I am grateful. Again, the wind begins to blow around you, this time with fierce intensity. The omnipresent sounds of the alley begin to increase in volume until the soft murmur of the voice is nearly drowned out by the ensuing racket. Now you must go. Division begins. The way is now open to you.
Updated my journal.
The stone face before you begins to transform once again, its mass shifting and roiling as you look on. The entire wall seems to melt before your eyes, exposing a narrow passageway beyond. The ground underfoot suddenly begins to rock violently, and the soft sighing of the wind intensifies to a more urgent, almost human-like moaning. You can hear the sounds of crashing stones and snapping boards all around as you dash into the passageway.
Updated my journal.
Yeah, I don't know what a natural birth looks like for an alleyway, but I probably don't want to be inside it, you know? Wait, that's so cool. Oh, no, going back there, I guess. You there, sir. You look like you might be interested in some fine clothes. Where are you going, buddy? Is this the one? It's a skull, ain't it? That's what he wants. Grab it. Hey, let me go. Hey, help! I mean, the worst thing about this, and I know this is going to make me sound heartless, but the worst thing about this is now I have to have someone else carry all of Mort's inventory, which was a lot.
You can trust Arnold.
Your reasons for your incessant clicking are not known to me.
Safe for inventory.
Trust, friend thief. Okay.
I'm gone.
And so are they. Don't know where they went. I'm confused. Well, the new place looks cool. Did they go in here? Let's check. Welcome to the Hive. We hope you enjoy your stay. The walls have eyes.
All right.
Okay, we got a little indoor market. What's this door all about? You see a tall man in plate armor. The armor is of unusual construction, with spikes flaring from the shoulders, elbows, and forearms. He nods at your approach, but then his eyes wander about the market. Good day, citizen. I am Guard Corvus. Greetings! How may I help you, citizen? He gives you a friendly look, but glances over your shoulder. I have some questions? He nods to you. I will help if I can, citizen. He looks about the market expectantly. I had a skull and it's been stolen. Do you know anyone who would do such a thing? He stares at you for some time before answering. That sounds like something that Lothar, the Master of Bones, would do. You just made that up. Where can I find Lothar? Turns his gaze on you and frowns. I would counsel you against disturbing Lothar, citizen. I doubt you really want to find him. Yeah, I still need to find him.
My journal.
Ah, very well, citizen. Skip is somewhere south of here in a wrecked house. Good luck to you. More questions? Weapons, magic items. Try to see what he's looking at. You glance over your shoulder and notice a young lady wandering about the market. Corvus seems to have his eyes locked on her. Hey, you seem preoccupied, friend. What are you looking at? He snaps his attention back to you. I beg your pardon, citizen? Please excuse me. His eyes wander back to the young woman, and his voice fades almost to a whisper. She's the voice of an angel, and she's such a pretty young thing. Why don't you go talk to her? You seem infatuated.
My journal.
An uncomfortable silence fills the air. Finally, he turns his attention back to you. I just couldn't. I mean, a woman like that, well, she must be... Was there anything else I can help you with, citizen? More questions. Who are you? I am Harmonium Guard Corvus, citizen. I help keep the peace here at the market. I'm glad I chose a Batman voice for him. I don't want to know about more than... I know too much about the Harmonium already. This man is a hopeless lesbian. Alright, you seem like the named individual over here. You see a pretty young woman wearing simple clothes. She wanders about the market and examines everything, but does not make any purchases. You notice that people seem to be avoiding her, but they try not to make it obvious. She flashes you a warm smile. Greetings! Her smile broadens. Hello! I am Karina. It's a pleasure to meet you, Cutter. She continues to smile and waits for your response. I have questions. She nods her head. Alright. What do you want to know? Looking for someone named Lothar or Master of Bones? Lothar. I don't know anyone named Lothar. I can't recall ever hearing that name either. Did you say Master of the Bones? Sounds ominous, doesn't it? Why would anyone want to be known by that name? Oh, to frighten people, I guess. She looks lost in thought as she taps her chin with a finger. Finally, she nods her head. Yes, I think you're right. It gives me the chills just thinking about it. Master of the Bones. Rather scary title. I don't think I'd mess with anyone who had a title like that. I have some questions. Okay, I can't ask you about the guard. Never mind, farewell. Cinder. You see a large, blustery merchant. He looks to be totally hairless, and his pale yellow skin is scarred as if from burns. He looks at you intently as you approach. Greetings! He smiles at you. Greetings, I'm Cinder. I heard about you. You be the scared, clueless fellow that's going around the wards asking questions. What can I be helping you with? You have a few scars yourself. He frowns and then begins to laugh. Aye, that I do. A few years back, I had me a kip set up in the hive. Some barmy mage decided to burn the ward right out of Sigil. Almost took me with it. Sick for a month I was. A month? That's not that long. He nods and gets a faraway look for a moment. It could have been worse. Local mage healed me, fixed the scars and all. Could have grown my hair back, but I kind of like the look. Do you think this mage could help me with my scars? I don't see why not. Your scars don't look that bad. He looks at you closely. I know who's to say. You should talk to him yourself. Name's Sebastian, and he sets up his kip over by the foundry. I may do that. Questions first. Looking for somebody named Lothar? Lothar, master that... Can't say it rings a bell. It's... When your name is Lothar and your epithet, probably self-given, is Master of the Bones, you're clearly trying to make a name for yourself, but like only the cop knows who you are. I'm interested in spells. I think I can help you. Let me show you my wares. Wonderful. I love wares. Have anything I can sell you? Nope. All right. We don't need that. We don't need that. We don't. Blindness could be fun. Knock is very good. What of cold? Delicious. Yes. Yes, please. Cloak of warding. I don't even know what this is. A magical cloak of force around your body that absorbs damage. The spell creates a shield effect similar to the shield spell that absorbs 3 to 12 points of damage plus 1 per level of the caster. Once it has absorbed this amount of damage, it shatters or powers down. Spell will also expire after 5 seconds per level of the caster. Okay. That's also very good. Let's buy that. Elysium Tears. We have an item that also does this, but I don't know what the actual thing is. The skies of the upper planes shed tears when evil is done. These tears can burn even the most armored of foes. Choose a single target. A stream of small meteors rain down and strike the target and surrounding area. 1 meteor for each level of experience, up to a maximum of 10. Each missile that hits inflicts 1 to 2 points of blunt damage and 1 to 4 points of fire damage. Anyone within 3 feet of the target takes 1 point of fire damage as well. Handy. Tasha's unbearable derisive laughter is very good. Vampire touch. It might be this one. Confusion's also very powerful. Oh man, we're into a lot of very good spells here. When the spell is cast, a targeting cursor appears. The player must select any target within touch range. The recipient of the spell gains the following: +3 to AC, +10% to stealth, and -1 penalty to hit. Well, that's all fine, but I think we're going to go with the stuff that keeps us alive first, and then we'll get to the weird and fun stuff later. Copy the spell. I copy the spell. Copy the spell. Great. Let's do some rememorization. This thing was cool, but I don't know that it's as useful as Ball Lightning, so we're going to get rid of that. Go Vampiric Touch. Offense and defense. What did this one do again? Mage can select any living, non-undead target and drain life from themselves and give it to the target. Yeah, but we're the one getting hit half the time, so that's not super helpful. What have we got in the level 4 range? Remove curse. And cold is level 5, as it should be. Wonderful. Well. And then there's Fist of Iron, which is very funny. Okay. That was a good start. Laszlo. We're doing on time. Greetings! You see a young boy with pale yellow skin. His clothes are dirty and in need of mending. Currently, he's tending a furnace. He turns and gives a half smile as he sets down his work. Hail, do you need some help? I have questions. I'm pleased to help you if I could. What is it? Can I get an answer for you? You tell me about this war. Tell me about Sego. Why does everyone seem to have yellowish skin around here? It's the sickness caused by the bad air. What with the smoke and all the factory smogs, it can get pretty hard to breathe easily around here. Some days it's not good to be out when the smogs linger too long. It can scald your eyes right out of your skull. Can something be done? I don't know. At times winds come from the spire and blow the city clear of smog, but that's not as often as would be liked. Ladies will, I guess. Don't make much sense, but then little does if you look at it long enough. Interesting. Well, we have a new quest. Anything worth seeing around here? I'm missing a skull. Know anyone who wants them like that? He becomes rather excited. Missing a skull, are you? I bet I know what happened to it. In the ward is a fella, a mage or a priest, who collects heads and puts them on his shelves like books. They're dead, but his magics are such he can make them answer questions for him, even though they're in the dead book. Where can I find this person? Not sure, really. I heard tell he's got a kip in one of the ruined buildings around here, but I've never been there. Others might know, though. Might ask Sebastian about it. I have already done this, but well, actually, wait. No, we heard about Sebastian. We're going to find Sebastian. Points vaguely towards the west. Go back to the square and head north and west. Sebastian sets up his kip on a drawbridge-like contraption. I must be going. Goodbye. Anza. See an older, stern-looking man. His face is a mixture of wrinkles and frown lines. Greetings! Gives you a quick, stiff bow. Aye, greeting to ye as well. Anza's my name. What you be need? Gives you a toothless grin. I reckon I got the time to give you the chant. What you be needing now? Weapons. Great. I just need to sell some stuff, man. I'm gonna sell this hammer and pry bar and immediately regret it. We're keeping the pouch. Everything else we can get more of. We're keeping the pouch. At this point, I'm gonna go ahead and sell that. Keeping that. We're selling this. No, I can keep that. Sell those. All of them. Sell that. Done. Hang on to all these. Sell that. There. These are pretty much just for us, and I don't think we need anything better than what we've got. What I do need to find out is where I can sell the Jinglies. You see an older man with long white hair and weathered yellow skin. He stands tall despite his obvious age. He smiles and gives you a slight bow. Greetings! And so to you as well, Cutter. How may I serve you? What do you have for sale? Great. Fantastic. Love it. Love to see it. No one I can sell these rings to, eh? I have all this classically important jewelry. And nobody wants it. Spider bracelet. Resistance to normal attacks, plus 10 to base hit points, but minus 2 intelligence and wisdom, and only usable by thieves. In actuality, this is a living spider, not jewelry. When attached to one's wrist, the spider will sink its fangs into the user's flesh and feed from the host, providing beneficial and detrimental effects. And the serpent ring? Immune to poison, resistance to magic, plus 2 save versus spells. Appears to be a baby serpent of some kind that has been frozen into the shape of a ring. Its eyes glitter and swirl like jewels and even appear to move occasionally. Good grief. What's wrong with y'all? It's also very good. Alright, these are both pretty great if we want to help keep Anna alive. Let's go talk to Anza again. Animal cruelty. Yeah, a little bit. Alright, so you have the same stuff. Alright, so then Cinder. I just need someone to, how do I hold all these limes? I need someone to, please. Some questions. Buy magical items. It's all like, okay. Are you sure? Corvus, help. Questions. We already got weapons. And that sounds, okay. Oh, I need to sell. I lost my skull. I don't have anybody else to carry my crap. Please.
Is Anna overloaded already?
All of my party are at max inventory.
So get a new party party member?
Get a new. I tried. Greetings. How may I help you, citizen? I have some questions. Where can I? Where could I want? No. Okay. Bye. Well, shit. On that note, I was more able to hold so much crap. He's just a skull. I envisioned, because we mostly had him hold like rings and stuff, that we just put him in the bottom like a piggy bank, and you just shook him, he rattled. And like, it is nice that when he was kidnapped from the party, he dropped all the stuff on the ground, as opposed to like absconding with the skull and all of the skull's gear that could be very important sort of items. But I'm only keeping it to sell, and no one will buy it. Maybe I'll just, honestly, we've got like $5,000. Maybe I'll just leave it on the ground. I'm gonna figure that out next time.
You sound so sad about it.
I have the same problem in survival horror. When I'm just like constantly at max inventory, I get stressed. And right now I'm stressed because I might talk to somebody and get an item and not be able to hold it, and that worries me. Anyway, we don't have to worry about that tonight. Tonight, stream is done. Thursday, we'll be back with more of this. 7 p.m. Eastern time, on a quest of adventure to find a mage named Sebastian, to find Lothar, to find our skull, and first and foremost, to find a jewelry vendor. It's straight up. I might just look that up. But anyway, thank you all so much for coming in. Excuse me, I had a hiccup in the middle of that. Thank you all so much for coming and hanging out. I hope you have a wonderful week. I'll hope to see you later this week. But for now, over on twitch.tv/ if_1_y, I believe more doing more horror. That's the technical term. Dread specifically. Ooh, wonderful. All right, we'll toss a raid y'all's way here in just a moment. And I think that's everything there. I was gonna scoop Jasmine up again, but like she's curled up and passed out, and she's an old lady, so we're gonna let her sleep. Yeah, that's all that. Have a great week. I'll see you all next time. Good night.